Okay, fight fans, we're here with Nelson, Hot Hands Hampton. Nelson, how are you feeling today, man?
I feel good. Just finished sparring. Did a good workout. Feel great.
Awesome, man. Nelson, we were talking about this off camera. What got you involved in the sport of boxing?
Excuse me.
What got you involved in the sport of boxing?
I just went into the gym. Well, I love this since I was a little kid, but I just went into shout out to Tigres gym. I went to Tigres gym and he just I sparred the first day and I just fell in love with it. It was fun.
Got you, man. You played football,
Yeah.
and now you're a fighter, man. Talk about the two different sports and how they're different.
The difference is boxing. You go consistently with 1 minute rest, so it's like a more high paced. Football, you get to rest. It's only like 10 seconds or 5 seconds, scoring touchdowns, and then you rest. So it's boxing is more intense. But something similar, I would say, getting hit with a helmet, getting hit by a punch is about the similar.
Got you, man. In your experience, when did you realize like, oh man, I'm in the boxing game now? Was it a sparring session, a fight? What was it?
To be honest, man, it was the first time I got dropped.
Okay.
My coach asked me, he's like, "Hey, do you still want to do this?" And I told him, "Yeah, I love this shit." So excuse my language,
No, you're good. You're
but I
good.
love this sport, and I just fell in love with it. It's a good sport.
Gotcha, man. You are currently with at Panteritas gym, right?
Yeah,
Talk about that experience sparring with Brandon, Peter, all those top-notch fighters there, man.
yeah. Well, I sparred with Panterita, Omar Jr. I sparred
Okay.
with Brandon. Those are like the best sparrings that I've had so far. I sparred with Omar Juarez. So I sparred with basically the whole valley. Um, yeah, it's a beautiful feeling. It kind of tells you where you're at, but it's different in a fight and sparring. Sparring, you have a headgear. Fight, you don't. So it's a lot different.
Gotcha, man. We talked about this off camera also, man. You fought Rayo Valenzuela. He's going to be fighting Isaac Pitbull Cruz for the championship, I believe, in August, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, man. Talk about being in the ring with Rayo.
yeah. It was a good experience. It was early in my career. I'm gonna say about like my seventh fight,
Okay.
but I did get experience. I learned off of him, and I learned from my losses. All my losses they're not really losses. They're learning lessons. So I learned from all my fights, and he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but I feel like I'm gonna go with Cruz on this fight.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Your last fight, Emiliano Cruz, you trained in Mexico,
yeah.
actually. Why did you feel like you had to move your training camp over there?
I just felt like I was getting tired training here.
Okay.
So I needed a little bit elevation work, and plus I had a tough fight with Emiliano, so I was like, you know what, I need to be in the tip top shape. So I ended up doing my camp in Mexico City.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah,
You went 6 rounds, right? You went
yeah,
six
six
rounds.
rounds. Yep.
What can you tell us about your experience with Emiliano?
I'm gonna say he was a tougher fighter than Rayo. I'm gonna say his pressure. The only thing that Rayo had was he was a southpaw,
Okay.
but Emiliano switched, so that's why I feel like he was a trickier fighter, and he put a lot more pressure. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot different. Both have different style, but they're both Mexican fighters, and I feel like the Mexican fighters are the best in the world right now.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah.
What can you say is the biggest win of your career?
My biggest win so far, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say none of them.
Okay.
I'm not satisfied yet until I get a big win with an undefeated prospect and maybe for a belt. Then I could say my biggest win. But from right now, I don't like none of my wins.
Okay. Gotcha, man.
Yeah.
When can the fight fans expect you back in the ring?
I'll be fighting July 27th here in the RGV for the ABO title, American Boxing Organization. So I'll be fighting a 6 rounder, 6 to 8 rounder.
Okay.
So all y'all Valley fans, pull up, man. It's gonna be a beautiful fight. And yeah, shout out to the RGV. They got beautiful fans, and they got beautiful supporters. So shout out to that RGV for that.
Gotcha, Nelson. Before I let you go, man, anybody want to say hi to any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
I just want to shout out my team. Shout out Omar Figueroa, Brandon Figueroa, them for helping me and pushing me to become a champion one day.
Nelson, thank you so much for your time, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.